Hey guys, this is less of a serious guide and more just saying there's a much easier way of doing this and you can do this really quickly. But this is the achievement Crash of the Titans. It was added in version 22 and we'll talk about this quickly. So basically, strip the fortifications from fortified DDTs 3,000 times, so that's 3,000 DDTs. If you look at the standard rounds, there are 9 fortified DDTs. Are these on round 99? I can check that quickly. Yep. And in alternate balloon rounds, however, there is 24. So if you want to be farming this from standard rounds, you definitely want to be doing it in alternate standard rounds. If you play to round 100 on every alternate map in the game currently, you will get, well, if you hit all of them as well, you'll get 1,224 because there's 51 maps. So if you're just earning every medal, you're not going to get this. You're gonna have to either replay maps or go into free play, and free play is what you want to do. But yeah, if you want to, if you want to just use mortars, you will have to use the tier 5 mortar. So not really too realistic, but I mean, if you're doing it on easy maps, you can. But yeah, if you're doing it on standard maps and you just want to do as much as you can on standard maps, then go ahead. I recommend doing it mostly on alternate. If you just play alternate and then you also do mortars on like every other mode, you'll get it easily just collecting your medals going to around 100. As long as you actually go ahead and try to do it. The main thing is trying to do it. But anyway, I will just show you. I mean, it's really simple, just free play. So I have a game here. I'm around 231 at the moment. I started at 0% and I'm currently on 57%. So if you get to about round 200, you'll have 50% easily. You could even finish it by then, but this was a really lazy AFK way of doing it, and I didn't even bother doing alternate rounds here. There's no need because you'll only get like, what is it, like 15 more. So like getting 15 more for playing alternate to do this is really worth it. Just go into easy mode and you want to farm as much cash as you possibly can in easy mode. I kind of went overkill here. There's no need to still have all these farms. I could have sold these, but I just wanted to have a save game just in case I wanted to do something with it later, you know. So I'll just sell all these. It's all the things I don't need. I probably didn't need to sell that, but whatever. And there's a bit of unnecessary stuff here. So basically, you just want to start a game on logs. You probably want to do logs because it's just the easiest map to do free play on. But if you want to do another map, whatever, just preferably do a beginner map because you don't want to be struggling. Farm as much cash as you can. By the time you have hit 99, you'll be rich if you're doing a cash farming setup. Like if you farm cash properly. I'm not going to do a cash farming video here. I'm just going to talk about the setup you want to get this achievement. But yeah, just farm cash. And I don't need that. So yeah, farm your cash. By round 99, well, you don't really need it by then, but like you're going to have so much cash you may as well. You want to have your tier 5 Blue Incineration. Blue Incineration is what allows, so basically the tier 4 can shatter shells, it can't do DDTs though. The tier 5 can do DDTs. And so that's going to be the main important one. I should have it a bit lower, hey? So yeah, you want to get this, and this is the one that you're going to be removing fortification or DDTs from. As you can see, I have 5 of these. I've got a mixture of cross paths. I've got 2 of them, which are just bigger radius. I've got 2 of them, which are rapid reload. This is because I want to stagger their shots. I also have 3 of them under a village. Ah, man, I meant to get jungle drums in that. Yeah, you should have jungle drums in that. That is also to stagger the shots. To be honest, I should probably have the jungle drums on this one, but I was lazy. So, let me just redo that quickly, though. So yeah, you want to have like a couple of them under jungle drums, a couple of them not, and the point of that is that all these 4 get a bunch of different attack speeds to stagger their shots. That's not super important, that's just what I like to do. I mean, it's a very minimal difference, so whatever. And if I hold these, so you can see, yeah, here we go. Alright, so I've got them all set to different points here. And the reason I'm doing this, even though these can't hit DDTs, I'm just removing fortification from everything else. Basically, thinning out the crowd, so to speak. And then this one is the one that's actually earning me the achievement. And I've just got that in a nice loop here. Everything's getting completely perma-stunned by my super glue and my balloon crush around this area. And yeah, they're all just getting farmed. All just getting farmed super hard by this blue incineration. If I was serious, I could like micro this around to make sure I catch all the DDTs, but I set it here on round something like 90 or something when I placed it. You don't need it until 99 when the first fortified DDT spawn. And no, I just let it sit there, and I'm on round 231, and I'm 57% through. So most people should be able to get to round 200, I would say, unless you've got like a really old device. If you can't get to 200, your device is probably ancient. I'm sorry to say. So, yeah, but yeah. So basically, round 200 will get you 50% just from this, and everything else. At first, I didn't have my Vengeful Temple upgraded with range. I had it in the corner, and it was just catching leaks basically because I didn't want it popping things before they got defortified, because that would be problematic. But so once they actually started having a lot of health, that's when I moved it up. You probably don't need to move it, you just need to not have range. So yeah, you can place it here from the start. I just, whatever. Just don't upgrade the range. And then once you get to, I don't know, like 150 or something, once you notice that balloons are actually starting to get far and you need the extra range, upgrade the range. But until then, you want to make sure nothing's popping the DDTs before they're unfortified. So they'll just be all clustered around here, getting all removed. And yeah, this is a really basic free play setup, nothing else is needed. You'll also notice all of these are 10 stack ultra boosted, as well as the temple. The temple is the lowest priority. The main priority is ultra boosting this guy, the tier 5 blue incineration to strip all the fortification real quick. These guys, they don't matter. They probably don't need to be boosted because they only matter for removing the fortification on the non-DDTs, which isn't actually vital for this. But I did that anyway. Whatever. And the temple you don't actually need to ultra boost until you're struggling, so that can probably wait until, 150-ish. Yeah. And so this probably isn't even needed. This I had early game when I was farming, just to make the game easier early on. I just never sold it. That's probably not needed either. I got this late game because it's, Grand Saboteur. It's a generic classic free play tower. I just have it tech botted. You don't need those early on. Hero, you probably want to get Zealy. I just got Etienne because it's fun. I like him. And I don't plan to go super deep free play in the save anyway. Permabrew I actually didn't get until around 200 when I started struggling. And I'm just like, you know what, I should probably have that, shouldn't I? Because it does a big boost to Temple. And these guys, I started getting a lot of stuff stunned here at the end of rounds when I was done, so I just added them into a little bit of extra damage only recently, only the past few rounds. So what you can do is basically you cash farm until round 90, 95, whatever, 99. Make sure you have this down by 99 to get those last few ones at the start, and then you can probably at this point just build your temple like over on as right as you can. You don't want it popping stuff at the entrance because you want this guy hitting him, of course. Don't upgrade range, and then just play free play. Play until around 200, whatever. Once you start struggling, start adding more towers. This guy just obviously cripple mob effect. I added that to get some more damage from my temple, but it's not a huge deal. It adds up. But yeah, and that's all you do. Just play like round 200, and once you get to round 200. Actually, I can just play quickly. And you'll notice they're all getting stunned. Everything's getting perma-stunned here. And like I said, if I'm serious, I can just micro this guy a little bit. If you want to do micro, you probably want to place this tower more on the left of the screen, because if you place on the right of the screen, then your UI will be covering the left, which is, Not a big deal since every time you hit tab it closes it, but still kind of annoying. And yeah. And so you just played like 200, come back to menu, check your achievement. If you're over 57%, then you can just do this a second time, and you can get this in 2 games. I'm going to try and push this one game as far as I can, and see if I can get it from a single game. But for people who have lower performing devices, you might not want to go past around 200, because the game starts getting, pretty laggy after that. It might actually be faster for you to just play a second game. But yeah, you can easily get this in just 2 games. Like, no micro. Like, I didn't... Well, obviously micro and farming, if you want to be seriously have a lot of cash, but I obviously didn't spend a huge deal of cash then. I just mainly had the temple. But yeah, like, if you want to micro it, you can probably get it way faster, like micro your mortar. But if you just want to have a nice, simple, let your mortar sit there and do all the work and just AFK it, like, I didn't play... After around 100, I didn't play at all. I just had it sitting on the side while I was reading through some other stuff on my other monitor. And I got 57%. Just AFK. So, if you want to just do it AFK in 2 games at up to around 200, then you can go ahead and do that. If you want to try and push the first game as much as possible, if you're not lagging too badly, you can do that as well. I got 57%, so obviously I could restart at any point now. It'll be very easy for me to just get to 200 and finish it off. But yeah. Anyway, that's all there is to it. Good luck. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you around.